Virgo, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 7th to the 13th of October. Yeah, I'll get there in a minute. In October. I hope you're doing well. Don't forget about the new format. If you want to go straight on to the messages and the tarot reading, it is linked in the description below, so you can jump straight onto that. But we will be going slightly into what's been happening on the sun and how that is going to be affecting your individual astro flower. Yes, without further ado, let's just go on into the sun. Don't forget to go and see the energy update that just came out this week. Interesting week this has been. Don't know about you, and I was talking last week about getting ahead of the curve, as it were, in the way of rhythms and stuff like that. I got caught in that big time this week, and I go into it on the energy update. So yeah, it will be. It's on our channel. It will be linked around my head at the end of this reading. But without further ado, let's just see what's going on in the sun this sort of week. What's most concerning is these three sort of sunspots here. These sort of like these string of pearls, as it were. There is element of what do they call plasma, the plasma filament energies, sorry, the water energies. There has been a few eruptions of that, but the main feature has been these three sort of sunspots there, which is fire and air energy. And there was an M flare on the 1st of October, and then on the 2nd of October there was an X flare. X 4.7. So there has been, there has been quite a lot, but there's not been a great deal of ejecta coming out this way. It's much more sort of, it's like the fire that's igniting the air energy that I was talking about last week. It seems to be that the sun's kicked off earlier than I thought. So this week here, it's going to be affecting mainly sort of your sort of air and fire elements more than anything else. Let's just see, just have a quick look at that sort of eruption, as it were, that X flare that came off. As you can see up here on this section here of the KP index, you can see that first M flare there, and then this X flare, and that's been followed by quite high activity in M flare energy. So that's kept that consistency of fire coming forward in life. And down below here, as you can well see, with that eruption as it gradually comes out, it hits the earth squarely. So we will get a interference around about Friday or Saturday. So during the weekend, it will tee up the next week's energies nicely over the weekend. And I think that's going to be providing a lot more as we go through in the next sort of like 2, 3, possibly 6 weeks. If you want the full energy update, don't forget to go and have a look at it on our channel. Let's just see what's also been going on, seeing how it's affecting your individual sort of flower, as it were. So here we have your individual flower. We have the main thing, and this is particular for earth signs, and it's also for water signs as far as I can tell as well. But you've got this crossing point here, which comes in with this cardinal air from Libra that comes into here, and you have that fixed fire that comes in from Leo next to you. So this crossing point at the top here is mainly to do with the here and now, is how you engage the driving force behind your everyday engagement at the moment. So I would be very attentive to that. You may feel that life has picked up a speed, as it were, so you've got to keep on the ball, got to keep very vibrant, as it were, and allowing your mental energies to sort of help your intuition, help your sort of manifestation skills and so forth, and allow that to flow through within the here and now and the coincidences that are around you. But the energy that's coming through, and as I said, it was very constant, therefore it's a really sort of powerful energy. It gives a sensation of a bit of like earth energy, where earth is immovable energies. Like your good selves, when you don't want to be moved, you really don't want to be moved. As a Capricorn, a fellow earth sign, I get the same sort of thing. And the next things we should be really looking at is a crossing over between air and earth, but also fire and earth. And if you look at your base here, And these three petals, you have that earth, fixed earth and fixed air in your karmic path on your relationship side, cardinal earth and cardinal air on your karmic path on your financial side. But you do have this mutable earth and mutable fire on the connection to the universe. And I think that is going to be also a major thing. I think there's going to be, it feels like with Virgo, there's going to be a lot of like going forward, concentrating on the here and now, yes, but checking if is it in accordance to what you've been planned or what you've been sorted or what you've set up in the world. So you know, that's the sort of thing that's sort of like playing through it more than anything else. So yes, without further ado, let's get on to your tarot reading, shall we? And there we go. Here comes the Astro Flower. Okay, so let's just see what's going on with your overall energies here on this week here for Virgo, taking into all of that into account. There was a lot of determination within you, I think, this week here. And it seems to be being very sociable, I think. I think there's a desire to, within you, I think there's an energy that's running through you to be connected with other people that are around you. You've gone through maybe a bit of a hermit mode sort of scenario, and now you've got this energy that's coming through you to sort of like engage in the world around you and want to sort of have sort of fun and activities with people around you. That seems to be the overall energy that's playing through there. It's certainly peaking from the past to the future in this section here, where you have that fixed water coming through. I think it's. I think you're searching, maybe possibly within you this week here. You should be searching for those reliable emotions and in connections with other people. That's what it seems like. On your financial side, yeah, it's playing very much into your future, and I think this is where you've really you're really interested in sort of like sort of driving forward your plans or your business projects, or starting a business, or applying for a job, or going for a promotion. There seems to be a lot of things that are connected to that, that's driving your force. And that's where you should be connected to the here and now and being attentive to the here and now. You have the 10 of Wands on your overall energies. You know, the 10 of Wands is usually carrying too much and stuff like that, trying to carry too much of the world upon your shoulders. I think here is more of a case that you are... you've built up a lot of knowledge and understanding about yourself and about the world around you within your financial world and within your relationship side. It's a lot of experience. It's like you almost know what you want, and I would just be a little bit wary of just being too precise in if it's not that, if it's not exactly that, then therefore I'm not taking it. I'd be a little bit wary of that, because you may find yourself sort of ending up with nothing in your hands, as it were. So I would just be a little bit tentative of that, with that sort of expectations. Just be a little bit attentive to your expectations. Yes, I think it's good to have very good goals and looking to your futures and stuff like that, but just be wary that you're dealing with other people in the world, and other people may not have got the, you know, they may not have got the email. They may not be on the same page. So you may need to encourage other people to take your time to get people on the same page. And that could be that sort of 10 of Wands scenario. But let's get on and see what's going on your relationship side of your life. So on your karmic path here, this is where we see the fixed air and fixed water. And I think this is where this is driving on that whole idea of perfection, emotional perfection, mental perfection in regards to the world that is around you. And I think this is where it's stimulating that crossing point there between the two, where that fixed water. It's certainly it's playing out towards the past and to the universal connections. So it's all about sort of like what you've decided, maybe about what you want to experience as a spirit within this world, or connections with other people, but also, yeah, with those connections with other people. And it could be about sort of family, friends, community, or your partner. In your universal energies, let's just see what's going on there. That's very, very solid connections with the outside world. And you have that water and air that's in there that's coming in from last week, I think, more than anything else. So it could well be have something to do with someone maybe you met last week becomes a little bit more sort of prominent within the surroundings or in your life. In your past self, this ties into the karmic path here. These two tying in together here, and I think that's where the you get that sort of fixed water that sort of comes through, sort of that sort of section there, and it could be playing in with that fixed earth. Did I say water earlier on? That fixed earth that's sort of playing in there as well, giving it a structure and shape more than anything else. In your future self, there is it's playing outwards. It's the meeting of two souls. That's what it feels like. That's where you're gradually going. And so maybe high definition of what you want is actually a really good thing. Let's just see what's going on in the lessons for this week here. That does play into this as well. This is where I sort of like get that sensation that you're checking back all the time, according, what am I living according to what I set out to live, sort of scenario. And it's here, I think it's stick to the plan, as it were, as the message that comes out of this week here. Let's just see what's going on in the way of cards, what we get. Oh yeah, this is it. This is that, this is Pentacles, this is Three of Pentacles. This is about sort of being very defined of good quality work within you and good quality work within others, and expecting the same quality work from others. As I said earlier on, just be a little bit wary about that. Don't try and don't try and laden it too much, because it may you may end up not having actually anything in your hands after all. On your connection to the universe, yeah, there is playing smart. And maybe it's a case of playing smart here, because you've got the mutable stuff and the mutable air here is playing on your intuition, playing on your feelings about the connections with people that are around you, playing on the idea of sort of it's good to have that person in my life, therefore I should encourage that. It's not good to have that person in my life, therefore I will not discourage it, but I will not encourage it, sort of scenario. And on your past self, look at that, you get the nine of Pentacles. It's like you have defined what emotions are ready. It's like you're going, you meet up with someone, you start, dating and what have you, or you start a relationship with someone. And as we discover that person, we discover things that are fantastic about them. We discover things that maybe not so fantastic about them, because we're all got our good and bad side, as it were. But I think here is that you're realizing, by putting yourself of what you want into the relationship, it means that there's a good connection, and it tends to work really well. As you can well see on this card here, on this side here, there's Six of Pentacles. On this side, there's the Three of Pentacles. And that Three of Pentacles is there. It was exactly what I said. There is a connection to that. And putting yourself first is really important. That's why you got the Six of Pentacles. And just seeing how it sort of sits right with that sort of partner, with that other person, and how it plays right. In the future, you get the Three of Wands. As I said, I think this is someone you've met before. I think it's like something that is got a lot of potential in the way of relationship with someone else. I think there's certain things that you're very passionate about, and I once you know it in the future, and I don't think it's this week. I think this week, I think you're still sort of sizing someone up, as it were, or sizing up a connection. Could be just a friend, could be a family member. You're sizing up a situation where to see where it sits beautifully for you. And in the future, in your the lessons for this week here, you get lovers. It is being in alignment with yourself. In order to be in alignment, it's like that old saying that we say, love thyself, and you can fall in love with someone else. And it's that sharing of love, I think, between you and another person, which is really important. And that starts with you more than anything else. So let's just go on to your financial side. Let's just see what's going on there. All about the relationship. Sorry, I just want to finish it off. That you have a huge potential here, but I just wouldn't rush in. And I think that's possibly why you've got the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands out, and that sort of side. On your karmic path, on your financial side, this is to do with your job and your business. Well, it's very cutting. It's like you're being very precise here, and it's like it's like you're cutting through the mist. It's almost as if like you're eliminating. It's on your karmic path to eliminate the glass ceiling. That you are stopping yourself from getting the job you want, or the success in your business. You're taking away those factors that you kind of sort of say to yourself, "Oh, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to," and stuff like that. It's a real change in determination within you. On your universal energies, it plays out nicely into the outside world, but it's very defined as well. So it seems like here you need to be networking, but you don't need to mess about. I wouldn't waste your time. I wouldn't get caught up in loose, lost, dead end roads, as it were, dead end opportunities. You need to be really quite on the ball and decisive about the decisions you're making. And your past self is playing into your karmic path here. So it's almost as if you need to do something in order to get the results. And in your future self plays into this. There's obviously something that karmically you need to address, or you need to connect with, or you need to organize, or you need to realize that this is a lesson I need to learn in order to get the best out of life. It's one of the reasons I came to this planet and stuff like that. I think this is really becoming very clear for you. It's showing me a bullseye, and the lessons to be coming out of this sleep. It's showing me a bullseye with, classic bullseye with a red center. But at the same time, it's showing me like a rudder of a boat. And it's like, the way I would interpret that is being very focused on your goals, and that you have the power to direct your life in the direction of your goals. And I think this is where the karmic message sort of ties into it a little bit. Okay, so let's just see what's going on. Star cards. Yeah, I think this is where this is to do a karmic path on your financial side. Cutting through the glass ceiling because you're going after your goal. I don't think you should be, concentrate on your ultimate dreams, ultimate outcomes in regards to a job, business. Be really, don't be illusional to yourself, but certainly be incredibly positive, forthright, outgoing. That's what your karmic path is asking you to confront, I think, more than anything else. On your financial side, on the connection to the universe, you get the Two of Cups. Obviously, there is some sort of connection that you're going to be having with, networking with someone, which is going to bring you into alignment with a job that you so need, or to improve your business or advance your business. And it seems to be, I don't think it's necessarily someone who you work with, but it could be, say, like a like a director or a manager in a company that sort of like headhunts you in a way, to get you into that company, or you connect with someone who's a manager or so forth, which helps you to see the bigger picture than just the mechanic of doing the job, as it were. That's what it seems to be, that sort of thing. Okay, in your past, you got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you have everything you need in order to go after that star card. The past was playing into that. You've obviously done a lot of work, maybe have done a lot of sort of like education and learning or experience and so forth. And with all that learning and experience, you could really go after the ultimate goals for you. In your future self, you get the Queen of Cups. Definitely playing into that sort of here and now, enjoying the energy. This is your future self. This is a lot of happiness that comes in. And I think this new opportunity, or this path that you're on in regards to your business, your job, and your projects, makes you feel at ease. It becomes easier because you're happier doing it, whatever you're doing. And the devil's in the detail here in this in the lessons of this week. Do not get involved in things that are going to take you off your pathway. It's for you to stay true, resist the temptations in life, because you're very enthusiastic about life, Virgo, but you can get that enthusiasm can sometimes distract you from what you should actually really be doing. So I would just be a little bit wary of that, and wary about getting involved in toxic situations as well. If you don't feel it, don't get involved with it. Just get involved in the things, and I think this is where you need to make decisions quite quickly in life, in regards to what's going on around you. Make those decisions quite quickly, so then therefore you don't get the temptation to get distracted from where you should be going. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers card. On your relationship side, you have the Hierophant. Most beautiful card there. I think this is where you have all the possibilities, or the steps you need to take in order to get to this beautiful emotional state that you're driving towards. And because you know that within you, it's very determined within you, you know how it should feel in regards to a relationship. So if a relationship is not giving you the results that you're so desiring, I would communicate with them and explain to them the sort of avenues you want to go down, and set down like almost like a pathway for you to follow in regards to sort of what you want in the way of a relationship or a couple and so forth. But it is going after that ultimate dream, that star card. So I would just be be very open, but be very clear about what you want, but don't let it weigh you down either. This person here is smiling, they're very happy, and I would be inclined to allow that happiness to shine through you at the same time. If you really want for this relationship seems to be kicking off, and I think this is where you're working out the messages that are coming out of this week here, which is the Lovers card. I think you're working out that someone that you've met in the recent past actually could be the person for you. You get the Strength card. It's on your karmic path with the Three of Pentacles. It is about sort of like having faith in yourself, having faith in the good work that you've done, and game will recognize game. You will recognize the good work in others that are around you, and because you're being strong and true to yourself. And look at that, with the Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, you get the Two of Cups. This is playing smart to recognize people who are in alignment with you. And once you do recognize that, that's when everything seems to be playing through in a way that provides a beautiful love for you. Really good. Virgo, very, very good energies generally across the board for you. And yeah, it's playing smart. It's recognizing when it feels right. That's what the universe is helping you out in order for you to get the exact thing that you're after. Let's just see what's going on with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you get the Knight of Swords. I think you've been off and rocking and rolling. You're really going after for what you want. And yeah, and I think you're seeing the fruits, the rewards as well that come in from the past on that. And because of the rewards that come in for the past, it's fixing the type of emotions that you wish to have as in regards to a relationship with your partner, with a future partner, or with family, friends, community, whatever it is around you. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Wands there. I wouldn't dive in straight away, but when you do dive in, I think it's going to be very successful to you. I wouldn't wait around too much. I would be very, decisive about how you go about engaging your emotions with people that are around you. I think it will bring a lot of rewards for you. And yeah, falling in love and being in alignment with yourself will take you to a place where, which is much happier for you. You're much happier about, you're saying goodbye to any choppy waters of the past. And that's because you're playing smart about it, by the looks of things, in regards to love. But there is a definite connection with someone that you may seem to have met in the last sort of like 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. Financial side, you get the Nine of Cups. Did we not get the Nine of Cups somewhere? No, we didn't. Nine of Cups. There's a lot of happiness on your financial side. And it's happiness due to, I don't think it's just success. I do believe it's also because you feel like you should be doing what you should be doing. And that's what the Star card is all about. Going after your Star card. Look at that. You've now got the Queen of Cups twice on this here. And it's clarifying the Star card. It's your happiness. And your contentment of doing what you're doing, feeling that this is exactly what I should be doing upon this planet. It does. If it feels like that right for you, then it's going to bring some really good results. With the Two of Cups, you get the Seven of Wands. Playing with the energies, playing with your passions a little bit, pushing things. So that's going to allow those doors to open for you. And if you're a salesperson, for example, and you try a new approach, which is much more joyous approach rather than the hard sell, and you realize when that person connects with you, then therefore you can go into the actual sale of it all and everything like that. It's understanding of playing the waves of energy, I think, and the connection with the people that are around you, which is really good. In your past, I think you've been very patient. I think once you've been patient. It's in the past. You've been patient. Now it's the time to act. And it's realizing that's what the karmic path is all about. Cutting through that glass ceiling, and going after your dreams, going after your ultimate goals, and turning that patience into victory. I think will be is the past is going to help you to do. It's almost as if like you've got a lot of knowledge and understanding and so forth. You've learned a lot over the past, and now as you go in and you do your job, or let's say you've opened up a restaurant, you've learned a lot about your cooking sides, skills, and that's helping you to provide a much better service within your business, and therefore it helps you to go further very quickly. And with the Queen of Cups, you get the Justice card. I think this is where you can be that person at the moment, Virgo, who is in utter control about your destination. And this is where, if you use happiness as or your engagement or your enjoyment or your fulfillment of your job, that's where you're going to get the justice. That's when you're going to get the results. That's when you're going to feel at one with yourself, totally at one with yourself. What's going on with this Devil cards at the top? Let's just see what's going on with that. You get the three of Wands. Yeah, I'd follow your happiness, yeah, sure, but I wouldn't at the same time get drawn off your path. You have to be absolutely sure about it, and this is where I think you need to check back in the past to see if it's exactly the direction you want to be going in. So I think I don't think it's a case of procrastinating, which you get with the Three of Wands. But I think you've got to recognize in the background there's lots of waves, and it's recognizing the wave of energy that is good for you in regards to your, your career path or your business or your project. It's recognizing that and then choosing the path that is the best for you without getting involved in any sort of, one-upmanship and stuff like that. It's not a case of winning. It's a case of being, as it were, and being completely at harmony with what you are and who you are and what what you're living. I think it's going to be a much more sort of rewarding situation than anything else. So there you go, Virgo. Thanking you very much for being with us. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget about the energy update, which you'll find on our channel. It will be floating around my head at some point. Yes, and I will see you soon. Thank you for all the support you show for the YouTube system. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.